Are we on? Are we on? Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. And oh boy, we have a very, very special guest. This basketball head is another product of Coney Allen amazing basketball tree. Now, you all know all the great basketball players who came out of Coney Allen. I can't go on to mention because it's too many. All right. But for all my Coney Island, all my family members out there, salute. And I love you. This basketball head is an Abraham Lincoln great and all-city performer who was coached by our legendary high school basketball coach, Coach Bobby Hartstein. This basketball head was a force to be reckoned with in the post while making a name for himself throughout the city. 1991, he helped the Rail Splinters capture a city championship, which will be number 2 behind ours in 86. So salute to everybody that was on that team, including teammates like Dow Flickens, who had 16 points in that game. Our next guest had 15 points in that game, and I guarantee you he had about 15 rebounds. Crazy on the boards. Who could forget smooth Corey Johnson, who had 11 points in that game? This basketball head set himself up to receive a basketball scholarship to attend Bowling Green State University. At Bowling Green State, he will play all 4 years as a standout player. But life after basketball took him to even greater heights because he became an educator like myself. And for the last 25 years, he has been helping teens in and outside the classroom and also coach varsity and JV basketball as well. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show Abraham Lincoln High School great and Bowling Green State University standout, my guy, James Cerisier.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, my man?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Oh man, I'm awesome, man. Just one busy day, like I was telling you earlier. Let me get all these people over on Instagram to YouTube. Yo, y'all know what it is. Come over to YouTube and make sure that you subscribe. You know, hit that bell so you get those notifications and become part of the Basketball Heads family.
Definitely.
All right. Yo, Sean, go over to YouTube, man. I'm about to get you out this room. Sean Pratt, I know you locked in. Make sure you come over to YouTube so you can see the show. All right? Just me and James need to be in the room right now so we can get into his basketball story, man. Listen, like I was telling y'all earlier, Coney Allen is one of the places that raised me outside of being from Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights. You know, going over there, staying with my family, playing in the 23rd Cary Garden courts, and over at the over in the Cary Garden Recreation Center that me and my brother Six to hone our skills. So, man, much love to everybody out there, man. Like, James, I just want to get right into this, man. Like, who introduced you to the game? I know you had the whole Coney Allen as your teacher, but like who the one who kind of pushed you to, take part in this wonderful game of ours?
To be honest, basketball was my first love. It was baseball. I
Look
started
at
off
that.
playing. I started off playing baseball. I loved it. You know, I used to play with my brothers, Fonz, Lou, and John. We used to play baseball. Then I got to 303, and I was always tall,
Mm.
right? So I was like 6'5", 6'6" in the 7th grade, and I hooked up with my friends, Ruben, Sean Pratt, and we just started playing basketball. And the only thing I used to do was grab rebounds. Rebounds, that's all I did. And I got better. I started to hone my skills and so forth. And I just continued to. I lived on 23rd Street, Carrot Gardens.
There you go.
And I used to go to Old Wire. That's where the best players used to play. All the guys from Lincoln used to play.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna need you to say that again because this is very, very true. This is very true. I forgot to say that. This is very true.
All the good players, all the good games was being played at Old Wire at the time. The Garden, they called it the Garden.
That's right.
That's where we played, and all night we used to play there. We played at the other end of the court, and that's where I honed my skills. And the best thing about Coney Island was with the old heads was that they taught us. They learned it from Lincoln, and they passed it on to us, and that's what made it great.
Yeah, this is slide over just a little bit so you can get out the logo. There you go. There you go. Yes. So listen, my guys, the Spice, the Silks, the Darren Woodburys, all of those guys were those guys who I would come out there and, Damari as well, and battle with, man. So many ball players. It's a lot of guys out in Coney Island who didn't even play on those teams who was just nice that would give you the business. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, it was crazy. Salute to my guy, Basil. What up, Basil? My guy, J.E., definitely. 80s and 90s definitely was legendary time, man. J.E., what up? You know it. Definitely. BK definitely in the house. Like I said, for all the people who just came in the room, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tell a friend and help this channel grow so more you guys can come on here and girls and tell your story. It's important. So, like, what was life growing up out in Coney Island besides, basketball? And what was the age that you kind of gravitated towards basketball coming from baseball?
7th grade, I went to 303, and that's when I honed my skills of basketball. But prior to that, it was tough because myself I moved to Coney Island in the 2nd grade from East New York, and at that time I was like one of the first Haitian American. A lot of people don't know that, but my last name, I'm from Haiti, and I had a hard time adapting to the school because the fact that I used to translate word for word, and the kids make fun of me because my name, because I used to translate it, and sometimes when you translate word for word, it doesn't sound right.
Right.
So I had to adjust to that. The teachers in school had to adjust to that as well, knowing that okay, I'm black, but I'm also a Caribbean American, trying to adapt in our society, and it made it very tough during the first 4 years in Coney Island. But after that, I grew up, became bigger, and the people, especially in 23rd Street, started to respect me and so forth. And then it got easier as it went on. But basketball changed my life. Basketball changed my life so much. It gave me so much opportunity, gave me time, gave me opportunity to travel across the Northeast. And it gave me a world view of the world, which I never would have had without basketball. And I appreciate the friends I made throughout my life.
What was your early memories of watching basketball on television? Like, who were some of the people that you looked up to and kind of honed your skills after that kind of made you gravitate more to basketball after being a baseball player? Because I could definitely relate because I started out playing baseball and football, and then went on to basketball.
NBA players was like Charles Barkley, Dominique Wilkins. Those were my favorite players from growing up. I really appreciate when I was in 303 the opportunity to go to a Lincoln game. and watching them play. And I remember watching Juju, Norman Marbury, play, and I'm like, wow, you know what? I want to be at that status. So in order for me to be good, I had to work extra hard because I was raw, because I used to play baseball. So to learn the skill, and one of my first coaches was Disco, David Reed.
Yes. Legend out there. Yeah.
He helped me a lot. Madison Square Broncos, Doc, and of course the legendary Coach Hartstein, who was very, very influential in my life, even till this day. We play once or twice a year. We play golf in the summer. So he's an inspirational person in my life. A second father. I appreciate everything he's done for me in my life.
No doubt. We definitely gonna talk a little bit more about Coach Hartstein because definitely helped us all out, man. Salute to Chris Skinner, who in the building. Green Rituals. Sean James in the building. Appreciate you guys. Like, let's talk about Coney Allen, right? Because even though you had, a lot of pro basketballs to look up to, there was guys right there in your backyard, in your same building, who was just magnificent ball players on Coney Allen. Name some of the players that you came up watching and admiring.
Tiny Morton, Tiny Morton, Darryl Mims, of course, Juju, of course, Mike Spencer on 2007. Those guys, Silk, of course, Don Marbury. Those guys, we got to learn from them. As we grew up, and then what we did the same thing for the young guys growing up. So it was basically we had something in Coney that was special. We learned, and then we gave back. So it continued to grow that, and this is why Lincoln became so popular and so strong as a high school because of that. And no other, I don't think any other high school was able to duplicate that because of that, because of the history, and because of the fact that the players that learned, they gave back, and they gave back, and they gave back, and continued to grow.
One of the players I just want to talk about right now, right, is my guy, man. I want to get him on the show. So relate this message. Anybody out there close to Mike Spence, tell him to hit me up. I want to get him on the show. Let me tell you, Mike Spence played with me at Lincoln. That's one of the players I wish would have stuck it out, along with Slice, and there's a few others that played with us that didn't make that journey the full way, right? Mike Spence was, man, we talking about legendary. Right. Like, if he was able to translate the things at Lincoln the way he was doing while he was there, and then continued to do after he left, man, I just think him and Coach kind of clashed at the time, and he wasn't as focused on his grades as he should have been. But if we had Mike Spence, I think we win the first state championship, man. We won the city, but I think we would have won the state championship if we had Mike Spence along with Tiny and along with Slice. There's so many. My guy Groove, Sean Scarborough, who I hang out with just a couple of weeks ago from Crown Heights. Another dynamic player who didn't make that stretch, man. But what does Mike Spence mean to Coney Island as a whole, being a legendary basketball player from out there?
Michael Spencer, wow. You're talking about a legend. You're talking about someone who, and the one thing I appreciate about him so much was the fact that he's a positive individual. I remember when I first came to, before I came to Lincoln, just trying to learn. Like, he'll instruct you how to play. He'll pass you the ball. After the game, he'll give you directions, instructions. I think that, again, like you said, you know what? If the streets or whatever didn't, go the path that he would have been an awesome player, awesome, fantastic player. Because in practice, he didn't show the world what he could do. Because in practice and in the streets, ballpark, he used to kill. He used to kill out there. So it's unfortunate, but you know, he's a legend in Coney Island.
Yeah, let's. I think we're gonna need a little bit more light because you're going dark on your end. You're getting darker as the yeah.
1 second.
All right, we got some time. Listen, appreciate you, Green Rituals. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, make sure everybody subscribe and spread the word. Let everybody know that, you know, New York City got its own basketball show. All right? Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Mike, listen. Some of the things Mike Spence was able to do with the basketball, man. And I think he used to frustrate Coach Hartstein so much. You know, Coach at that time, he just a little bit strict on us. And those players would kind of, Groove was one of those players that would just do the extra, right? And it worked, but of course, at the time they was just perfecting their craft, so sometimes it wouldn't work. And I think that would get Coach just a little bit.
He was an AI before AI.
Let me tell you, Mike, he one of those players that you like as a coach. No. Oh, yes. No. Oh, yes. It worked out. So listen, y'all, appreciate you. Sean, let Mike Spence know, man. We definitely want to make it happen for him, man, for sure. It's my guy. Definitely a positive brother too, man. So how was your transition into Lincoln, right? You talk about having the language barrier, right? With the teachers, and they had to understand you. What was your transition once you got to Lincoln socially and then on the basketball court? And what year did you join?
I joined in '88. Lincoln. I was supposed to go to Brooklyn Tech, and I changed my mind because we had a junior high school team. We lost to Cavallaro, and I was supposed to go to Brooklyn Tech. I had got my suit and everything, and we were supposed to graduate, but we lost, and it left a bitter taste in my mouth. And I wanted to go back to to defend, to win the championship. And so, unfortunately, my mother passed away when I was in that year. And
Rest in peace. My bad.
And so, during that period of time, I went through a transition where my game totally changed. I took it personal. When I played basketball, and I stroked fear in my opponent. Whoever I played with, I made sure they felt my anger, and I brought it into the basketball court. So no matter what size, 6'10", 6'11", I played power forward, and it didn't matter. We played in the toughest tournaments. It didn't matter. Clifford Rozier, it didn't matter. You know, we went out there and undersized. We had a lot of heart. We played with a lot of heart, and that anger, that force that I played with, you know, it was nothing to play with.
Yup, it's Tiny Morton for sure. Yup, he was dealing with Tiny Morton. Yup. I wonder what was you there with Tiny or did Tiny leave? Yeah, Tiny did at 88.
Yeah,
Tiny did it. Yeah. He was did at 88. Yeah. Yup.
He was there before.
Yeah, he was there with me, and we won the championship. And I think was that his sophomore year.
He didn't finish at Lincoln. He didn't finish at Lincoln because the year before he wasn't there either. At 87 he wasn't there.
Right.
87 wasn't there. So 88.
No, 80. Yeah, 87 he was there because
87.
they lost to Stevenson.
Okay.
They lost to Stevenson, and that was the year, my senior year, because I went to Maine Central.
Okay.
Yeah. If we would have stayed both in 87, we would have won it back to back for sure. Nobody wouldn't have beat us that year. And I'm not bragging. I'm just telling the truth. You know. So what year were you in when you started to come into your own? Like you felt like, you know what, I could get me a free education from this.
As soon as I felt like when I played my sophomore year, because I came in as a 10th grader, Coach had to give me some time. He had to, you know, because he felt when I came in, I was that spark plug. I was the sixth man behind Dow Mims. And so when he would sub out, I would play center, or he'll have me play power forward in place of Corey Ridges. And we was just rebounds, forget about it. We would just kill myself and Mims. Woo! We was rebound the law, fast break to Michael Spencer and Juju layups. So it was a kill. It was like 80, 90 points was easy for us, And coach was the way that he didn't want to embarrass the other team. He wasn't the type that, we could have won by 40, 50 points, but he wouldn't do that to the other team. So everybody would play because of the fact that if we was winning by 30 or 40 points, he'll let everybody else play from the bench. So, which was a lot of coaches don't do that, but he taught us that way. Like, you know what, you don't want to embarrass or humiliate a team because they have families that will attend the game. So he was kind of like, in a way, it's a good way.
Coach was like that. Coach was like that. He was such a class act. Never wanted to embarrass anyone. A win was a win for him, no matter if it's one or about 20. So, but he wanted to win with class. Yeah. Yo, Shay, you brought up Bernard Mitchell too. Sid, another fabulous legendary basketball player for Coney Island, Abraham Lincoln, a teammate of mine's, man. Salute to my guy T, for sure. Yeah. So I want to touch on Coach Hartstein again, and I just want you to elaborate a little bit more. How did he help you during that time and period when you lost your mom, right? And still had to get focused on the team. Was he the one helping you to channel that anger into the right places?
He was more of supportive in a lot of ways, and to everyone on the team. This is why, even to this day, I have the highest respect for him. He is unbelievable. He's classy. He treats people with respect. And he's the same way. He has the same number he has since high school. If you want to contact him, remember that.
Right.
Same person, and he'll help anybody he can. And we as a team, I believe, when we won that championship in '91, he had to change our style because myself and Shaka, we were dominant force and rebound, and he changed it. He changed the way we played because the fact that he felt like we wasn't going to win beating teams by 90. He wanted us to make sure that I had the ball as well too, because if I grabbed the rebound, I was like Kevin Love. I'll grab it and throw it along to Darryl or Corey, and they'll finish it. Those great finishes. I mean, that's one thing about, again, Coney Island basketball. We had players that could finish that a lot of other teams didn't have. So we had a combination. We had a complete team compared to other teams that didn't have. So we could beat you in a lot of different ways. And he recognized that. So he had to change the offense. A lot of coaches don't do that.
Right.
A lot of people will stick to the team that they have, or they don't change. They have the same plays. You have to change to the team, to the players you have. He adjusted, changed our offense a little bit, changed our defense, and we ran with it.
Wow. What was that Lincoln Grady rivalry like? Because let me tell you, people don't understand how close we were in distance to each other and how great those games was. I don't think any high schools in New York City had a rivalry like we did because we were so close in proximity. How was it during your years?
It was brutal. I remember playing our first game at Grady, and it's like a regular season was like a playoff game. Back and forth, either at Grady or at Lincoln, it was like playoff. It's like people from the community, it's the vibe that you feel is like a playoff game. Every single time we played Grady, it was on our calendar. These are the 2 dates we're gonna play, and for us, even seeing like Mo Fresh Brown, I used to play when I first started playing basketball. The trash talking throughout the summer. If we lost we lost or we won against each other. It was an unbelievable rivalry with respect, a lot of respect, because we would go at each other. And unlike today, where it's not as much as it was in the past. But that Lincoln and Grady rivalry was like like the Boston Celtics and Lakers, back in the day. It was unbelievable. We was able to duel it out, and matter of fact, the one thing I did wish is that in '91 we actually didn't get the chance to beat them because South Shore beat them in 91, and we both would have played at the Garden.
Wow. That would have been so legendary right there.
Correct.
And speaking of wanting to play against the guys in your neighborhood, Mo Brown went to Grady so he could play against Lincoln because he wanted to smoke, right?
Yeah.
Some people want to join the smoke. Some people want to join their friends and play with their friends, but guys wanted to play against each other.
Right. They had the great battle. I remember Dow Flickens wanted to guard Mo Brown. And Mo Brown was like, he scored over 2,000 points for the PSL, one of the great scorers in the PSL in Grady history. So it was a battle. And the people, I think fans who came in to watch us play really appreciate it because that was basketball at the highest. You don't find that. You don't find that. You don't find that anywhere.
There should be a documentary. I think I should do that. Grady Lincoln. I should get with my guy Pat Alphonse, and we should do like a Grady Lincoln documentary of one of the greatest high school rivalries in New York City.
Right.
That would be awesome.
30 for 30 something. It has to be something.
Because it was a time like during my era, Grady didn't beat us at all. There was a time when Grady would lose to Lincoln, and then afterwards, Lincoln couldn't beat Grady.
Yeah.
Right? It went back and forth. It went back and forth, and then they kind of, took the helm on that. And so I think that would be a great documentary. Something to, if nobody out there want to steal an idea, just let's come together and put it together. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. I don't mind putting that out there. Let the universe take care of itself. Just want to put that good energy out there. But what other guys outside of Grady, right? Like from other schools that you remember that gave y'all fits? Like who are some of the other tough competitors out there that you guys played?
Wow. What was that? Ooh. It wasn't much. It wasn't much from our division. It was either Lincoln Grady, Nazareth with Robert Phelps. Who else? Cardinal Hayes with Jamal Mashburn.
Did y'all play them? Did y'all play them while he was there?
Yeah, we scrimmaged them. We scrimmaged them. Both teams. We played at the Francis Lewis tournament.
Okay.
We played Nazareth at the Catholic school. We played St. Raymond's with Orlando Antigua and we actually beat them. They was like the number 2 or number 3 team in the country, and we beat them, and we lost to Danny Hurley's team.
Oh, that was always tough. Yeah, St. Anthony's. Wow. Okay. Is there anybody any big man out that you played against that you said, you know what, I gotta bring my A game tonight?
Jamal Phelps, Grady, of course. James Hector.
James Hector. Got to get in contact with him too. I think I got his number in my phone.
Yeah, James Hector, powerful force. Jamal Phillips. Other than those two, again, Orlando Antigua, out of St. Raymond's, another.
So was Terrence Rencher there? there?
Yeah. We went to camp together. 5-star. So a lot of the guys really honed their skills by going to 5-star camp and ABCD camp and just playing together. Like it was like a different time. It's not like that today, but I wish we could bring that back where, the housing tournaments, all those things that we had back then that, unfortunately budget cuts and so forth, a lot of those tournaments are not there for the kids.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, we trying to bring some of those things back. we gonna meet up at the mayor's office this Thursday, and I'm gonna definitely bring that housing tournament up. I'm definitely gonna bring that up. Yeah,
Important.
sure.
It's important. You wanna eliminate some of the things that we have in the street. Put basketball, put sports back. Those are the things that always take away from the community. Bring that back. Doesn't cost basketball. One thing about basketball, it doesn't cost much.
That's right. That's right. Salute to my guy Lamar Jones, Brooklyn Tech, Bridgeport,
right.
Connecticut, legend, New York City legend, one of the Jones brothers. Definitely put in a lot of work in the city. Yeah, appreciate you, J.E. on that one.
Boys and Girls Club, another standout. Comrade McCray.
That's right. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Man, listen. You named all these players, right? And I like to put guys on the spot and ask them, man, who ass did you bust that let you know you was one of the top guys in the city? Like, who did you play against? And, you don't really got to call nobody else, not to knock anyone. But, we from New York City, and we all get that game when we feel like, you know what? I'm one of those guys, man, because I played against one of those guys, and I showed them I was one of those guys.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Orlando Tico.
Orlando, hold on. We're gonna throw a tech on that one right there. That's big. Yo, Orlando, come on the show, man.
Let's go. Let's do it.
That's real, man. What was that game like at St. Mary's? Y'all played at Francis Lewis, correct?
We played at Jersey. I forgot the exact
tournament that right.
It was a 2-day tournament.
Okay.
And we played them the first game and we blew them out. Hold on. Yes. We blew them out.
Another tech. They was ranked number 2 in the country.
It was ranked up there. We just turned it around. We just turned it around the second half of the season, and we just went straight to the city with that.
Damn. When did y'all know? Like, I know seeing the paper and coach putting up the fact that they're number 2 in the country, that puts the chip on your shoulder. But when did y'all know, like, oh, we're gonna blow these guys out? Like, what quarter do you remember when you knew that it was kind of over for them?
It's just the confidence that we had though as a team. A lot of I don't think a lot of teams. The most inspirational part of our Lincoln spirit is a 2-clap, as you know. We have this 2-clap going on, and no matter when we're down or so forth, we start that. It's like our spirit, our motivation, and we just bonded together during the first half, and we said, let's go out there, let's get this game, because there's no way we was going to lose that game, and we just put it into them. That was it.
I tell kids all the time, and even my guests that come on the show, we all know basketball is a game of confidence. You have confidence, it'll take your game to the next level. But if your confidence is shot, so goes your game. I don't care what level you on.
Yeah, just like a lot of people. Unfortunately, when a lot of teams play at Madison Square Garden, we played there so much it felt like our home court. We played South Shore there, and they was intimidated by the court. But we played there our sophomore year. We played there, a regular season game we had there. So we were ready to go. So there was no way we was going to lose that game.
Speaking of Madison Square Garden and South Shore, let's talk about that city championship run. What team did y'all beat to get there? Let's talk about that early playoff run to get there and what prepared y'all to win the city championship.
We played look at Manhattan Center, which was a tough game we played, but we was ready for them. We was ready. I mean, we had a complete team. And we were ready to go no matter who we played. I think we played also Prospect Heights, and we had such a team and such confidence within ourselves that we wasn't.
Did they have Donald Taylor at Prospect Heights during that time?
Donald Taylor graduated the year before.
Okay.
He graduated in 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, because he was at Philly with me. Yep.
Graduated 90. So that run it wasn't again, we were either at the Final Four every year I played at Lincoln. So either the Final Four championship game that we would either lose, just make it, or we won it. Because Dow Mims in '89, we lost to Stevenson, and then we lost to Grady, and then we actually won in '91. So all 3 years we was competing for a championship.
Wow. See, told y'all when I'm telling y'all, Lincoln, we ran things. All right, so when y'all see one of my brothers on here, I don't care what y'all say. Yo, you be having all your Lincoln dudes. Get your own show. You can do what you want to do. But I show love to the whole city. But God bring my Lincoln guys on here. It's only right. It's what we got to do. It's that Lincoln brotherhood and sisterhood too, because I had some female Lincoln players up here as well.
Right.
So y'all get to Madison Square Garden. Is Coney Allen in the building?
Oh, it was something else. Matter of fact, that was the first game my father ever saw me play.
Wow. Wow.
The back page when it says Cerisier, it was he went to work and was able to show it to his coworkers. That was a very proud moment, to have him, come to the game, because he knew I was going to tournaments, stuff like that, but he didn't really understand it until he saw it. He's like, wow, you're good. I was like,
That's dope. Salute to Dad. That's dope. Nothing. It's always a proud moment. I tell kids, it's a different time, right? Y'all have to understand, right? The only thing y'all could do is open up the papers and read about pro basketball players and murders, right? There was nothing like knowing you could go to the newspaper stand and see your name or your picture in the paper. That was a big thing. And I don't even think kids, now you don't even see kids with newspapers. They don't even read newspapers no more. Right? We had a reason to read the newspaper because we was in it. So since we were in it, I just felt obligated to read the rest of the news because I bought the paper, so I would read the rest of the news that's going on in the city.
You actually paid to make sure that you made the papers.
Right,
so,
right.
You had to have stats to make the papers because the coaches call in and whoever has such and such points and rebounds and so forth. That was important. You had over 10, you made the papers.
That's right. You had clipped the double digits.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You was good. Like, well, at least I'm gonna get that little picture. If a box score, it could be a box score or it could be a whole article, depending on how much work you're doing and what school you at. That's very, very true. Very true. So the next step was up at Glen Falls. What was your experience like up at Glen Falls and that whole state championship experience? And who did y'all, tell me about the game that y'all won and lost up there.
Well, we won the first night. The second night, wow. The second night was a blur. The state championship night was such a blur because it went so fast. Like we just couldn't connect that particular game. And if I could take that game back, it was something. It's like it happened. So by the time the game ended, it's like, wow, I can't believe we lost. But it was a great run to the state championship.
Who did y'all lose to? Mount Vernon? Was it Mount Vernon?
Mount Vernon. They had a crew.
I just had the coach up here, Semino. I had Coach Semino up here, and we talked about that.
Yeah, they had a crew. There was a solid team. I have to admit, and we just couldn't stop their run, and we was close, but we never was in it where we could win this game. But that was the only game that unfortunately that I regret.
And you guys beat Boys Town on your way up there too, right? Correct? To the state champion? Yeah. And it's so funny, right? Because when we went up to the state championship in '86, we had to play against Malloy, then we played against Long Island Lutheran, then we played against King Rice and them. And I think every other year it kind of flips. See, you guys only had to play one game to get to the state championship. And I guess that was that year it kind of flipped over, right? Because each team had one team would have a bye every other year. So
yeah, so just again, it was a great tournament. We wanted to win state, but we got city.
And James, when I talk to all my guys in New York City, they all would tell you the city championship is the thing that everybody wants to win.
That's true.
State championship is cool, but you got to get the city.
Yeah, the state is just as the first thing. The spring.
There you go. There you go. There you go. What was your recruiting like? What was your recruiting like? And did Coach hide y'all letters like he used to hide ours and not give them to y'all until he think y'all was ready?
Absolutely. Coach used to hide our letters and so forth, and at the end, he basically said that if these coaches spell your name wrong, they don't know you. This school spell your name wrong, they don't know you. So by my senior year, he just gave me a whole pack of envelopes and said, "Here, you read it through." But most of them, if they really want you, they'll let me know.
Yeah, listen, we used to go and see. Coach didn't work in the school, right? Coach worked at 320, so he had to come to the school to get his mail. We would go to the office and look at his mailbox and take the letters out. That's how I got most of my letters. And then, my junior year, he started to, give me a few, but we would get them right before, because the older guys would tell us, "Yo, go in his office and make sure if you got some letters, go get them before you get them."
Yeah. I used to work in the office. I used to work in the principal.
See. So you already know. That's how it went. When you finally settled on Bowling Green, did you go on a visit? Did you visit other schools? How did that process work for you? And what made you come to the decision that this is the school that you want to be at?
I went to the visit to Bowling Green. It was, again, another great visit. It was either them or Feli Dickinson. But Bowling Green, I just fell in love with the community. I fell in love with, I had a former player who played against Stevenson, Michael Hugo, who was at Bowling Green at the time, and we have 4 other kids from New York that was going to Bowling Green. So it made my choice very easy because I felt comfortable with my teammates that was going there, and it was just icing the cake that I had some familiarity with the people that was over there. So it was a great visit. Bowling Green was a remarkable experience. Those people who haven't been to Bowling Green or haven't, some people, again, I was a city kid, so going to Bowling Green was a culture shock. People saying hi to you. New York, you walk by, you don't say anything to you. It was like, wow, what's wrong with you? You say hi to me.
Right.
Friendly. The culture. It was a great experience being there and doing what I had to do over there. I had a former teammate, Antonio Daniels, that played in the NBA, and now works for NBA radio announcements from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. So it was a great experience for me.
Was your transition different from high school, getting to Bowling Green? Like, what was the experience like on and off the court?
My experience was different from others because myself and Rob Phelps was on the casualty of Prop 48 at that particular time. So I had to sit out my first year at Bowling Green, which the transition was very tough because the only thing that I could do was play in a rec. I couldn't practice with the team at all. I went to the game, but I felt personally that it actually hurt my game because it took me time to adjust to the level of competition that was needed. So basically my junior and my senior was very strong compared to my sophomore year because I felt like the competition playing the rec is nothing like playing NCAA Division I basketball.
No, that's real. That's real. That's real. Yep. Yep. Now, we talked about your relationship with Coach Bobby Hartstein. How was it with the college coaches? What do you think they were fair? Did they give you the opportunity that you think you deserve?
It wasn't the same. I would say you go into the college experience is never the same as because they build a personal relationship. This is why it's different from college to high school. And again, some high school coaches are not, they don't build a rapport with their players. Some, strictly basketball and that's it. I didn't have that relationship with coach like that. I had a relationship where we could talk. A lot of coaches don't have that. As a coach myself right now, I try to do that with my players, trying to have that, build that rapport, build that relationship where 2 hours before practice, we have meetings. We talk, so it's more than just basketball where I know I spend more time with my players than their parents do with themselves because I know them, so that's the difference between my high school and the college coaches because again, college is like it's a business, I had assistant coaches every year was a new assistant that was flying for, head coach's job. So you have
Trust me, I know. It was the same thing at Fairleigh Dickinson. Trust me.
Yeah, so there was in and out. There was in and out of Bowling Green looking for a head coaching job, which I understand. Now as you're older now, you understand the business. Like you're looking for the next step up.
Definitely, definitely. We talk about you talked about the competition level and you had to get prepared from playing in the rec, playing intramurals to get back into playing Division I basketball. Once you got it going, right, your junior and senior year, what were some games that stood out to you to let you know that, damn, I got it now. I know what it's like to be a college basketball player on the Division I level. Like, what was a game that made you figure that out?
Playing against Penn State, we always played a Big Ten school. We will either go to their arena or they'll come to our arena. And I remember playing against Penn State, and I had an awesome game. 21 rebounds and 21 points and 10 rebounds.
Woo.
And that was like I felt like what, I belong here, and we could go far with this. Unfortunately, we never made the final. We never made the sweep. The tournament. But
yes.
We were very good. It's not every school make that tournament. It's not an easy task like people may think it is.
No, you're competing against hundreds of schools for that position, playing in tough conferences, and for conferences like ours, we got to win it, right? If you don't win it outright, you go to the NCAA. If your record is good enough, you go to the NIT. Right? So you get to go to either or and try to make do. Like you said, everybody don't make it to play Division I basketball, and then it's the next level of getting to the NCAA tournament, and the next level is getting to the NBA, which is like hitting lottery.
Absolutely.
Kids think, oh, he played college basketball, so why you didn't make it to the NBA? Like, kid, you know how tough it is just to make it to college? Like, they don't understand it. You tell a kid like, yo, you may not even play college basketball. Like, it's not a given. Division I, 2, or 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nothing's given in this world, man. What was life like after basketball, right? Because we all make these different transitions, right? Just one of the main thing part of the show, we talk about the transition. Salute to my guy Russ Williams, who have Transitional Tuesdays on Facebook. Y'all check that out. The transitions, right? Because those very important parts of our lives, and we try to show young ballers that they're going to be transitioning in your life that you're going to have to make, regardless, right? You have to start over from ground zero. What was that like for you? And how did you find life after basketball in your transitional stage that you are now?
I struggled after my career was over at Bowling Green. I signed with an agent. I never heard back from the agent, and I came back to New York, in which just searching for an opportunity. And I remember working at a retail at Nobody Beats the Wiz, and I called Coach Hartstein. He said, "What are you working there for?" Like, what do you mean? He said, which one did you work at? So I work at the one downtown. Well, go down to 65 Court Street. That's not the job that you should be working at. You got your degree. You should be working for the DOE. I thought about it. I was like, I'm making pretty good money here. But I listened to him. That was the best advice he gave me. I went down during my lunch break. I submitted my paperwork. In 2 weeks, I was working as a teacher for the DOE. And I continued my education. I obtained a master's degree at Brooklyn College. And I never looked back. And I say the story to my kids during my classes, during my meetings, how the impact that my coach had on me. And so I tried to tell them it's the same thing. You know what? No, none of you may make it to the NBA, but you have to have something to fall back on. And I've been working for the DOE for 25 years. I've been coaching for 20 years, boys, girls, high school, junior high school. And those experiences have helped so many kids and helped myself, because that brings me joy and passion, to have the ability to help kids grow as young men and young women. And things I've learned in my community, if you ask anybody who played under Coach Hartstein, the impact that he has, and how his proudest moment, when I talk to his proudest moment, is to when his former players call him and vice versa, and just call and check up on them. So it's like, that's how I feel when I remember going to the doctor's office, and one of the receptionists was one of my former students.
Wow.
She was like, Mr. Cerisier, you don't remember me? I was like, wow. It's like, get out of here. It's like, well, that's great. And matter of fact, one of my sons.
Come over to a little bit more. Come on, there you go.
One of my son teachers, phys ed teacher, was one of my students.
Wow.
And he was able to translate to tell my son, like, listen, Mr. Cerisier, or he's called Mr. C, helped me become, the teacher I am today. So it goes full circle.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That's another great tech, man. That's another great tech. Look, Coach Hartstein to tell us about education when we were young, teens at Lincoln, and we used to kind of laugh, like, who wants to be a teacher? Like, and he was telling all of us that, like, you get your summers off. He was just like, it's a great opportunity. You work till 3 o'clock. Most people work at 5, 6 o'clock. And we didn't get it. And look at the majority, the players he coached are in education. Right?
Absolutely right, 100%.
Yeah. So Coach knew what he was talking about, man. Coach knew what he was talking about. Look, I want to touch on a side note, right? Outside of your story, and that's the NIL and the transfer portals, right? Which has have a major impact on college basketball and the way players are recruited now. What are your thoughts on the NIL? And then tell me what's your thoughts on the transfer portal.
I think it's a great opportunity, just like where you see coaches are able to leave school, the players have an opportunity to leave school as well. If it's not working out, they shouldn't stay at a school and lose years of their career, because you have to think about it. Okay, time is important for a player. You know, if a situation is not working out for them, they have an opportunity to go and shine somewhere else. Okay, instead of punishing a player and sitting out, it was never fair for the players. But the coaches was able to move. They recruited you, and they was able to move to whatever school that they want. It didn't make any sense. I think now it's fair for the players, in which the school may not like it because they kind of held the kids hostage. So now it's a fair opportunity now for the players to transfer school and to go to a place whether or not, sometimes you have to be there to experience it. And they went there, they didn't like it, they didn't mesh or whatever it may be. They go somewhere where they could play and they could enjoy themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know that a lot of people don't like it. It's like, I don't like the fact that the Big East not the Big East, but it is what it is. All these conferences have changed because of money and make these college games unwatchable. You're used to a certain thing, and now the Big East is not even the Big East because they don't have the top teams in the Big East. So why is it even called the Big East?
Should they call it the Little East?
They gotta call it something else because it's not original. It's not the team that we grew up with, And that's why you have a dip in college basketball, because the fact that these schools and these conferences gotten greedy, and it started with football, and now it has, when it went down into college basketball, where college basketball has become, even the talent level of college basketball has dropped dramatically. If you haven't noticed, I think watching the girls tournament was better than watching the NCAA men's tournament.
And they're getting paid too. They're getting paid. Bench players is coming up and getting like 80,000. Like, you're getting 80 racks and you're sitting on the bench. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's only fair. It's only fair. It's people say, okay, you're getting a scholarship and that's all. No, you have to live on campus as well too.
Got you. Well, look, I'm not going to keep you on here too long. We got a few more questions because I know you want to get to watch your Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets, which I think if they don't win tonight, they may get swept, man.
They're going to win tonight. Let's go, Miami. Let's go. Let's do this.
Right. Come on, look. They don't have no inside presence to stop Jokic and Aaron and all those other guys. Look, Murray had 2 vertical dunks in the paint. Miami don't have any inside presence, man.
No, but you know what though? They have the coach. Coach Spo is something.
Coach can't play with you, man. Coach can't play with you.
He adjusts.
Okay, yes, you're right.
And the strategy. See, he was able to beat Boston because of an inexperienced coach. Boston was much better than Miami, but he was able to outcoach them. That's the only way they won. That coach, Joe, wasn't able to adjust. And he never adjusted because he was stubborn. You have to be able to adjust and have in-game strategy to change it. He was able to shift. That's why they were, Miami was able to beat them.
And what's the name got hurt too, man. So that kind of helped him out too. If he didn't get hurt in the first quarter, the guy from Boston, Tatum, yes. Tatum got hurt in that first quarter. Yeah. And then they lost their identity because you had Brown. He didn't realize that, damn, I got to be the guy now. He was so much deferring to Tatum so much. When Tatum got hurt, they didn't know what to do.
Because he didn't work on his handle. Because his handle going left, like he'll turn that ball over all the time. Going left, force him left, he'll turn that ball over. Going right, that's a strong hand. You're a pro. You got to work on both. You got to work on going both sides. He has to be the same way. So because of the fact that he wasn't able, every time he went left, he would turn that. Yeah, 8 turnovers that game. You're not gonna win.
Anybody, if you're watching the game right now, please put up the score so my God can keep the score was going on so you don't lose focus.
52-45. All right. We're still in it.
Who win it?
Denver by 7.
What quarter?
What is it? Second quarter? Second quarter. All right,
cool. I'll get you out of here with the halftime. All right, cool. If it was one thing you could change about your basketball journey, what would it be and why?
I wish I would have started earlier. I would have started earlier and worked on my skills because I knew how to rebound. I knew how to box out. All that, the interior game I had locked. So I think my ball handling, and because I was 6'6", 7th grade, so only thing, stay in the post. So I wish I was able to expand my game, ball handling. I did develop it. By the time I became in Bowling Green, I had a hand. I was dribbling the ball, whatever. But I wish I would have had that early on in my career.
No, that's solid. That's solid.
You see jokers now. You see a lot of the big guys. They handle the ball. It expands the game. You don't ever see people posting up anymore. Who's the last time you see someone posting up? You don't see it.
Jokers does it, and he passes out of the post so he can take you, right? And I think right now that's hurting the game because there's no presence of a post player, right? I'm not saying that's all you could do. I think the fact that Jokic is such a skilled player, he could do multiple things. But I think that part of the game is missing when you got two teams shooting 90% more three-pointers than 90% of the whole NBA, which is crazy.
You're absolutely right. It changed. Sometimes if you're missing that much too as well, it makes the game unwatchable. Like watching that series against Boston, it's like, come on, drive to the basket, do something. But everybody wants to shoot threes. The stat says if you shoot threes, you have more of a chance of winning. I don't see it.
Because people are controlling basketball with numbers.
There you go. You're right.
You can't do that. Now, we know whoever have the most points at the end of the game wins, but you can't control basketball through numbers, and I think that's the way you kill a game. So now we're going to get into our top five. Can't wait till my guy gets my top 5 outro. We're going to add that for season 5. We're going to kick it off very soon. Like, who's the top 5 guys that you played against? Who's the top 5 guys that you played against? We talking about street ball, tournament ball, high school ball, college, we played in the semi-pro ball. Who was 5 guys that you said that you played against that will be in that top 5 for you?
My top 5, I would say Gary Trent. He played at Ohio University. He played for the Portland Trailblazers. Top 5, another one. Terrence Rancher. That's 2. Clifford Rozier. Brian Reese. And another one I would say, Jamal Mashburn.
That's an awesome 5. I've never heard that combination. That's dope. Listen, no one has ever named the same top 5, so that's crazy.
I would put Conrad McRae as well too.
All right, you can't bring nobody off the bench. It's called top 5 for a reason. It's called, dude, we want to get sneaking like 2 more dudes. I got 2 more dudes in the bench. No, it's only top 5. That's it. You got to take somebody off, or you're gonna bring somebody new on. That's the rules.
Okay.
All right. Top 5 players you played with.
Top 5 players I played with. Antonio Daniels.
For the Spurs, correct?
For the Spurs, Antonio Daniels.
Yeah. I just happen to have on their colors tonight.
Oh, there you go. Go.
Yeah.
Wow, top 5. I will have to say a sleeper. I will have to say Michael Spencer. I would have to put that. I have to put him in. I will have to say Norman Marbury. That's 3. I know I'm missing some guys in there.
You got two more. You got two more.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot.
That's right. We're here to get you in trouble tonight, James.
I know. I got two more, huh? Wow, two more.
Top 5 guys you played with. Top 5 guys you played with.
Wow, that's a tough one, huh? That's a tough one.
Yeah, you got two more guys. You got two more guys.
I gotta think. Madison Broncos. I have to say, Robert Phelps.
Yeah. Salute. Madison Square Broncos. Salute to Doc Naselli. Rest in peace. Yes.
Robert Phelps, another one, and another one I would say. I give a shout out Ephraim Whitehead.
Oh, nice. Definitely.
Yeah.
All my peoples. Yep. All right. Let's see where your New York City basketball history at. Top 5 players in New York City history. Top 5. Your top 5. Not my top 5. Not anybody else's top 5. Your top 5 in New York City history.
My top 5. Any generation. Wow. What
top
was your,
5. Top 5, baby.
Let me hear yours.
My top 5?
Yeah.
It fluctuates, man. It fluctuates. I could go Pearl Washington, Lloyd Daniels, Stephon Marbury, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bernard King.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Wow. I'll go Steph.
Okay.
I'll go Steph. I'll go man. I'll go Mashburn.
Yep, that's 2. No, this is nice so far. You got 3 more. Who would be your top 5? Anybody on Instagram, pull up your top 5 New York City all time. Anybody on YouTube right now in the chat, put in your top 5. Who are your top 5 top 5 New York City ball players all time? Top 5.
I put Kenny Anderson up there.
Kenny Anderson, ooh, nice. Him and Steph in the backcourt, that would be crazy.
I have Steph.
NYC prospect, what up?
I'll even put Rob Phelps up there.
Rob Phelps, the number 15 scorer in New York State history.
I'll put him up there.
One more. You got one more.
One more.
Yeah.
Again, I'll steal one from you. I'll put Lou Alcindor up there. There you go.
No doubt. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you got through that. His heart was like, oh God. Woo. Let me figure out who the hell has played in New York City. Man, listen, look, it's been awesome, man. I'm glad we was able to reconnect. Coach is trying to put this together since last year. Coach is like, you got to get James on the show, Glenn. You got to get James on the show. Then Sean Pratt came with the show. He was like, yo, you got to get James on the show, man. So I'm glad we was able to make it happen. Glad to see you again, my brother. Glad to see you again. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say thank you. Thank you for making sure that you came in, you did it the right way. You played hard. You was always a solid gentleman. And I'm glad to see you turn this thing into 25 years in the education, man, working with these kids, man, and giving back, man. So we definitely proud of you, man. And, say, man.
You're doing it too now. You're doing your thing.
This is for you guys. This is for you guys. This is for you guys to show you guys love and let you know, man, you want to, top players in New York City history, man. I'm glad you was able to make it up here, man, and we can tell your story. And now you go and watch your Miami Heat get their ass whipped. Look, we really need to put together an Abraham Lincoln reunion. We need just all classes. We all need to come together and do something big and bring everybody together
We did something a few years ago. Trying to put something together where we had Lincoln and Grady, different eras. We played against each other. It was like the most amazing thing, bringing all the old cats back together and playing. He had Lance Stevenson, Bash, he had all of them playing, different time period. It was great. It was an awesome experience. Hopefully.
No, we don't even got to play. We just need to get together, break bread, have some toast, drinks, and some laughs, and tell some great stories.
Absolutely. Sounds good to me.
No doubt, no doubt. Coach will be up here soon, man, so we can get together and surprise Coach with we get together with enough of us and go surprise Coach, because I know he'll be up here soon.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, so listen, before you get out of here, we can see each other sooner if you come out June 15th. First of all, June 5th, we open up in Brevoort tomorrow. For everybody out there, make sure y'all come to Brevoort tomorrow. 4 games. We just painted the court. It's looking crazy out there. So y'all definitely want to come by and see that and support us there. And then June 15th, we have the New York City Tom Kachowski All-City Classic with your boy Glenn Puharty from Basketball Heads, making it all happen. So make sure you guys and girls are out there supporting. James, if you can make it, man, I appreciate if you can stop by any one of them. But till then, salute, brother. And I'm going to say my last words. You can stay on until, I know you're going to watch the Miami Heat. It should be halftime by now. So I'm about to go to my outro. And thank you, man. I'm going to holler at you.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
Good luck.
No doubt.
All right.
Yeah. See how that goes, man? It's that Abraham Lincoln Brotherhood. Look, a lot of you kids may have or be in situations similar to James, right? You coming from different background. There may be a language barrier, and it can be frustrating. But if you don't give up and you stay the course, good things will happen. As you see, James, in the beginning, it was a little rough for him, but through basketball, he was able to make a lot of things happen. Even when, he lost his mom's, and rest in peace to her, he was able to channel that anger into positive energy on the basketball court and turn himself into a city champion. So, for all my girls and guys out there, it can happen for you the same way it happened for James. Well, I'm about to be out of here. Like I said, tomorrow we kick off Brevoort. Y'all know what it is. See this, right? You see all the uniforms, right? We got the uniforms ready to go out, be worn by the kids. Got 4 games tomorrow. Make sure y'all in the building. Brevoort. Type it in. Brevoort houses right in the middle. 2 daytime games, 2 night games. Start at 5 o'clock. That's the youth games. And then 6 p.m. junior high school, 7:15 high school, 8:30 high school. That's what we do. Our high school kids play under the lights. Well, I'm about to be out of here. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads live, the podcast on NYC Basketball Network. We about to be out of here. Remember, June 15th, we kicking off Tom Kachowski All-City Classic, and tomorrow, Brevoort Basketball League kickoff. Be there. Like we see around this time. Peace. We out.